All right, mic check, mic check, mic check. Motor Masters podcast just made, of course. I'm back with another Thinking Out Loud. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Everybody okay? Okay. All right, all right. Um, man, first and foremost, thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank all the audience, the listeners, the supporters, anybody listen to the podcast week in, week out, watching them, sharing the YouTube link, commenting on the YouTube, commenting on the Facebook, the reels, the stories, reaction, everybody that take participation in the polls that I've been doing lately on Instagram. And I'm just finding out you could do it on Facebook too. I guess I don't know how Instagram works, but sometimes they go on Facebook, sometimes they don't. I don't know. But anyway, so I got different results for different things. But I want to take this time, as always, to thank all the supporters, listeners, and people who just support what I'm doing and that participate. Definitely shout out to y'all, man. Wouldn't be where I'm at without you guys. So I do want to say, man, been very busy the last 2 weeks. Right, I put out about maybe 8 episodes. If I go back from Ash to Black Elmo to Tarika Holland, then I did Thinking Out Loud. Then I did Top Five with Call Me. Did two of those. 2 episodes is out right now. Then I did Miss Lucky. I did Cadell Devon. Another Thinking Out Loud I did. So, and I'm doing one now. So, and I'm probably missing one or two. Oh, Ben Hassan, we talked about politics. So about 9 to 10 podcasts in the last 2 weeks. So I've been really, really working. So hopefully that you guys appreciate that, supporting that, and hopefully that you don't take my quantity as any lack of quality, because I think that one of the things I've been trying to push for the most is to make sure that even in the midst of me doing all these episodes, that they really big on quality. So I'm sorry, I just drank soda. So they big on quality, right? I do want to start the podcast off with some commentary though, because I told myself I wanted to get back into making the audience feel a part of the platform, which I know I do because I ask the audience and people who they want on the podcast, and then I go through those names to get a list of people, and then I kind of reach out to people that I feel like are a good fit based on the audience. So I do know that part I do well on. However, week in, week out, what I used to do back in 2017, 2018 is I read comments off in the beginning of the podcast, and I would that'd make the audience feel engaged that they comment got read. I don't know if y'all care about it no more. I don't know, social media done changed so many things now. But I want to go to my comments real quick, and I want to read a few things. So and I'm actually gonna do something different today. I'm gonna do a comment of the week, all right? Because I got a winner, everyone. But I got this was a good episode. You've been on fire lately. I'm proud of you. You even got a little personal, so he opened up more. That was a great dialogue. What did you most learn about him from this episode, or something you found intriguing? So that was about the Cadell Devon episode, which was dope. Guy from New Orleans. I'm sorry, Louisiana. I think he said Shreveport, something like that. But from Louisiana, moved to Augusta. Had a just up and downhill life, and he talked about a lot of things. And he's a very I don't want to use the P word. He's a very well-known guy on social media. He cooks and he caters and stuff like that. So go look out for that episode. It just came out last week. Another comment I got, it said, like I'm losing them now. Another comment I got, it says, you're doing great things for the culture with your podcast. The healing and exposure is needed and noted. Great material. So shout out to you for that. I don't know if people in the name like this. I'm not saying no names. And then the comment I got, and I got this comment as comment of the week. The first word is layers, right? And it says, another interesting episode, Bobby Boucher. Y'all check out the Cadell Devon Body the Bayou. I've had a great experience with his food through plates and catered events numerous times. Oh, and vote. So, because I had polls on him for him being a He-Man, captain of He-Man Woman Hip Club or something like that. But I got that comment being comment of the week because it really spoke to what I was doing, and I like that people share the link, like share the link, and then put your dialogue with it. That's amazing. Like I got comments from like in my messenger. I got comments like they'll do the YouTube comments, and I like all of those too. Also for YouTube comments, I want to shout out one person in particular. Man, shout out to Bryson. Man, you comment, and you always comment on every video you watch. You do great commentary. And I know exactly what you're watching when you're watching it, because as it says your comment, it puts the time on it, so I can go back to that time and see what you're talking about. Because sometimes after I edit, I don't watch them back because I'm too busy dishing out episodes. And so a lot of times I go back when they do that comment and they tell me the time that the person commented on. And shout out to Bryson. But for that particular comment that I just read, when it comes to being layered, I like to think of really all my episodes that way when you really think about it, right? You think about the Ash Williams episode, it was comical, real comical. We had a good time, good chemistry, you joked, you laughed, but you take that layer of laughing off, you see some trauma there, and we dug into that. Then you take that layer off, you see like the smart side of her, like just the brilliant side, the fact that she's not just some blonde moment type of person, even though she may portray a certain way on social media. There's a very, very intelligent side to this person. Then you put a layer back, it's a serious side to this person. Then you put a layer back. I think as I'm talking to people and I ask them these questions, that's my goal really, is always to be layered, because yeah, we having a amazing conversation. Yes, we're having a good time. Yes, everything's going as it's supposed to go. But at the same time, I'm painting a picture. When I'm painting this picture, I'm using different colors and different wavelengths, and different strokes for each question and each color. Like to me, it's really a paint. It's like a mural when I'm podcasting. I'm really intrigued by a person's story. Even with the Cadell Devon story, it was a point in time in it where I thought we would have 30 minutes to kind of just laugh, joke, kick it. But his story was so compelling. I didn't feel like it was just to just kind of go into, okay, because my recipe with the Cadell Devon episode, my recipe was just simple. It was, all right, where you from? How'd you get here? You cook, social media. That was my four topics I was going to do. I was really just in and out with that, right? And as we sat and we talked, and he said certain things, and I picked up on certain things, we went down different rabbit holes and other loopholes of his life. And then I started to piece things together. I'm real big on like tying things together. So I did Slim podcast today. It should come out Tuesday. Shout out to Slim. And we was talking, and we had a lot of different. We talked about accountability. We talked about the Meg Thee Stallion documentary. We talked about the case with YSL and Lil Durk. We talked about so many different things, and I always tie my things together. So as I'm talking on his podcast, I'm tying things together with what I'm saying. Mind you, I'm not already knowing what I'm talking about when I get there. But if you really talk and you make sense, and you got common sense, you kind of could do it. But for sitting in this side of the chair or that side of the chair behind the camera, it's a difficult task, because you're expecting somebody to bear all right here in this seat. I'm expecting somebody to tell me their life story that I never met the man a day in my life. Like, I never met Cadell. Like, we talk on social media, we all laugh, joke, ha ha, he he, share each other's stuff. I don't be knowing some of these people. He don't know me, I don't know him. We shook hands for the first time 45 minutes to an hour before he shed a tear on my podcast in this very chair. We don't know each other. So it's I like when somebody say layered and then just tell me the great things I'm doing, and really take note of how hard it is to do those things, because you have other people that interview, that podcast, whatever, and you don't get the same feel. You don't get the same authenticity. You don't get the same rawness, realness, or just the same conversation, that you'll get when you come sit here. And man, it's amazing to me that that's noted, but it's amazing that people are taking note to that and actually telling me like, hey, I appreciate you for this. I appreciate you for that. Because even when he came in, like, he wondered that, was I gonna like really dig into his life and really ask really thought-provoking questions. And I really wanted to say, like, hey, bro, like, it's me. Like, it's me we talking about, bro. Like, yes, every question I ask is thought-provoking. Even something simple as, tell me about your upbringing. That starts that sets the tone. Like, my favorite podcast is a podcast where I can get you started with telling me about you, and then we just going from there. Like, we just gonna go from there, and we just gonna build and build and build. And I thoroughly enjoyed the Miss Lucky episode last week. Even that one, you think that you're gonna talk to somebody about just teaching and the struggles with teaching, and no, let's talk about your life. Let's talk about who are you before you became a teacher? What kind of person were you? What kind of life do you live? Like, why do you think you're a good fit for the school that you're at? And how do you deal with those students? How do you I don't know, not represent, but how do you feel like you can relate to those students? And to get that story was amazing, because she's also someone who podcasts another podcast, and I didn't know a lot of things about her. But to put somebody in the forefront and really just highlight somebody, I love to do that, man. That's like my favorite part of the job, is when I get to highlight someone in the correct light. And them feel really great when we turn the camera off when we done, and them talk about how they felt it was good, they liked it, like, and then I'm getting the feedback, people online saying, "Yo, oh, this was amazing, you my favorite, I love you, da da da." Them getting they praise and getting they flowers, and they just do like it's amazing to me, man. I don't want to go too further off though, but I was saying this, man. Shout out to my guy Verge, JG from Just Greatness. This is his sweater. You know what I'm saying? It says just greatness is a choice. Greatness is a choice, definitely. This is a dope sweater, by the way. He just made it for me on Friday. I'm a big supporter, man. If you got a product, if you sell whether it's sweaters, clothes, hats, socks, shoes, whatever, I will buy. I want to support. I don't have to have it for free. I will buy it to wear on a camera just to promote you. Not every day, but if I like your work, I'm gonna reach out, and I would hope that you reach out to me. The colors I like are red, gray, and black, but more than master colors are yellow, green, and white. So if you want to make a more than masters, apparel and want me wear it just to promote your brand, I will do so. Just let me know. And like I said, once again, I don't want nothing for free. I will buy and support someone's clothing brand. He'll tell you, even JG, I hit him up. He hit me up. And if you know Verge, if you know Just Greatness, if you know him, like if you know Verge, he will hit you up and pretty much make you buy a sweater. Yo, what's good, man? I got these sweaters, man. 250, what's going on? How many you want? Did I say I want some, my nigga? Like, what's up? How you gonna just give me a sell? And I ain't say I wanted one, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's how he be. He really be that way, right? And so I hit him up like, yo, how much the sweaters is? I'm gonna come get it today. He went, made it for me. I got it, and I wore it. And it's a Sunday. I bought this Friday. So shout out to I bought my guy Verge with Just Greatness. He gonna be in a podcast at some point soon. He going through a lot right now as well. So definitely shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Went wishing for better days for him. We all need better days. But yeah, that's my comment of the week, man. Layers. I really, really pride myself on being a layered person, and I'm gonna start giving the person that got comment of the week something, whether it's I don't care if it's $5, $10, gift card, something. So I got something for that particular person. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna send it over to them. Hopefully they accept it. And if to win comment of the week, it's simple. This is what you gotta do. In order to win comment of the week, you gotta share the link and post your commentary with the link. I don't care if this was ass. I don't care if you say, man, this podcast is trash. This nigga need to shut the hell up. No more podcasts for black men. No more podcasts for niggas named Jermaine. No more podcasts for Bobby Boucher. I don't care what you say. I just want the commentary to be like that so that, one, the link is out there. I'm really big on just sharing, right? I think sharing, if you got 500 friends and this person got 200 friends, that person got 300 friends, that's 1,000 friends that just seen that. I don't care if they're the same people or not. Sharing is my thing. Commenting is cool too. I think they say that's like help the algorithm. Liking stuff help the algorithm. I'm always cool for that. But my main thing is y'all sharing it with y'all commentary, because that's how I know what you guys like, what you don't like, and how to stay in a certain pocket or how to get out of a certain pocket where y'all not really effing with what I'm saying. Which I don't get that too often. So shout out to me for knowing how to play the game. So yeah, comment of the week. If you want to win that, just do that and we'll go from there. But I do want to say another thing, man. I was talking to someone today, and he brought something to my attention that I thought was interesting. And he said he was asked a couple of days ago, I guess, or something like that, who's a better podcast, whether it was me or him. And I think he might have said me, I'm not sure, I don't know. But long story short, I definitely want to clap it up for my friends, that don't ask me them silly questions like that. Like, for me, there's no disrespect to the person that asked me. I don't know who it was, but to me, I don't care about whether I'm better or somebody better than me, this, that, and third. For me, I'm a big person. I think iron sharpens iron. So I feel like I respect the hell out of anybody who gets in front of a camera and behind a microphone with some sense. Now, with some sense is very, very crucial in what I'm saying. Once again, I respect any and everybody that gets in front of the camera and behind his microphone with some sense. That's important. That's the first thing. The second thing is, we all different. So whether somebody better or not better is all subjective. We all got different pockets we get in. We all got different lanes we in. We all got different types of content, different conversation style. A lot of people will say I'm more of an interview journalist kind of guy. A lot of people say that Slim is more of a conversationalist. Like, he would talk about more variety of topics, more like the raunchy stuff or the stuff. A lot of people say I'm PC and he's not. That's what people would say. But if you know me, then you know that that's probably not the case. But I mean, I'll take it. But I respect even from people that have been doing it for since 2016, 2017, 18. I respect your Tommy Archers. I respect your Brandons. I respect Ready to Be Accountable guys. I respect people that have been doing it for the last 2 years. I respect your inconsistent people. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and say names, but I respect the people that's inconsistent because they also, everybody play a part in your success somehow, one way or another. And if people are looking at what I'm doing as a success, then everybody I named and the people that I'm talking about all play a part. Whether they talk about something I feel like is kind of boring, they play a part because now I know not leave that alone. Talk about that. Okay, cool. They play a part and they being inconsistent. I know I don't want to do that. Okay, cool. You know, they curse and say certain words too much. Okay, I'm not gonna do that because people complain about that, and that's forcing them to not watch that particular channel. I don't want that. Cool. So even the negatives are positive sometimes if you know talking picture, no pun intended. Um, so I don't look at it as a better. I think we all make each other better some way, shape, or form, and that's the whole. Whether it's Augusta, Atlanta, Georgia, whatever, that's the whole art form. I think everybody in art makes everybody better. I don't think it's one person that just wakes up and just is great because they just put the work in. That's just part of it. But a lot of putting the work in is like researching and seeing what not to do, seeing people fail at stuff and seeing, okay, I ain't gonna tap into that lane because I done seen that done before, and people won't really mess with that. So it's an ongoing process, you know. I don't like saying the same names too much, but I think about your Kim Makins who they kind of got their lane. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna step back. I respect those people because when they do it with so much quality that it don't matter if they're inconsistent or not, or if they're not always out there. When they do drop something, it's full of quality, and I those are things that I take from people. So I always take things that I can learn from anybody, whether I respect you or not. I'm gonna take something I can learn from you because I'm not an idiot. I think the worst mistake you can make is thinking just because you don't respect somebody that you can't learn something from them. I could not respect you at all in this field at all. Like it's some people I would never respect in this field, but I could still take something from them just because I'm watching and I'm still a student at the end of the day. As long as I'm a student, I feel like I'm in good hands. And so when somebody asks, or if anybody was to ask me about who I thought was better, me or this person, me or that person, I'm gonna tell you straight up, the competitive nature of me is always gonna say like, I'm good at this, but the humbleness of me is always gonna be like, but this person is good at that. And if anybody knows me, if I ever said anything negative about a fellow podcaster or anybody in the art form that I know, like and physically touch and know them personally or whatever, or maybe be in the same circle to them, or we live in a 50 to 65 mile radius, I've always also added in the good. And just like if I add the good, I always said, well, they can work on, I always do both. I'm a balanced person. It ain't my business to be like, oh, this person just trash. Even if I don't respect them, I just ain't gonna do that. Not on camera at least, but definitely not gonna do it. And just, I'm big on pushing. I want to push everybody to do well. And so he said one more thing too that in his podcast, and I think he dropped on Tuesday. So please go watch Sit Down with Slims. We record about 2 hours, so it drops on Tuesday. But he ended up talking about this is off camera, and he said yeah, I was telling somebody about you the other day, man. I was saying, man, he had a lot of stuff happen to him in the last this, that, and third, but yo, he's like one of the strongest niggas I know. He just keep going. He keep going. And he said it before, because I think I posted a video of that on my Instagram story from his Tommy Archer episode. And I agree, right? But the thing with that is like, I just don't ever want to get it confused. Like, being strong, and anybody that tell you that's strong, it got its perks, man. It got its pros and cons. Let's say that being strong has its pros and cons. The pro is, yes, you're strong, cool. You can get through things. You know what I'm saying? Things don't necessarily hold you back the way it may hold another group of people back or another person back. Things don't be in your way for a long time like it may be in somebody's way for a long time. Things don't make you turn around or make you just break down or make you you want to give up. So those are pros. Like I can run into the same problem as somebody else and they can give up and I would keep pushing. That's a pro, definitely a pro. But then you sit down, you think about the cons of the person being strong is, things just always get thrown on you. Like, you're strong, you good. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be days you're not good. Like, we all human. There's going to be days you're not good. There's going to be days that you don't want to deal with certain things. There's going to be days where you're going to feel like somebody's being selfish. And then when you lash out, you're the problem because, well, I thought you were strong. What's the problem? So it's always, it's going to be, it's pros and cons to that. I just want to make sure people know that. Like, I'm all good with, being a strong person or feeling somebody feeling like, oh, you're strong or, you can get through this but if as long as you're human, you got feelings. And as long as you're human, you have a weakness, and you can only be strong for so long at the end of the day. So whereas I commend anybody that feels that I'm strong and that sees me pushing and keep going, and that's inspiring to them. I'm 100% with you, and I like it. That's cool. It's great, but at the same time, you know, um, like I said, being strong ain't always. You're not always on the strong side of being strong. Let's just say that. Um, I did want to get into some memes I wanted to talk about before I get out of here because I don't have a lot to talk about. But I wanted to talk about some memes. The first meme I got is it says, sometimes you have to stay busy so you don't have time to feel. And I share that. And I 100% agree. So you see me putting all these podcasts out. What I've been doing my days is like this, man. I wake up in the morning. I do what I gotta do. I get free about 5 p.m. So I wake up at 6 in the morning. I get free about 5 p.m. From 5 p.m. to about 6:30-ish, 7:45. I got my girls. We doing stuff. Boom, boom. We playing, getting ready, go eat, something like that. Then we come to the studio if they want to come. Most time they tag along. We come to the studio. And then I always tell people to be at 7:30. So from 7 to 7:30, I'm setting up the podcast equipment, testing it out. All right, we good to go. I'm testing it out, doing my stuff. And then at 7:30, we get rocking. The podcast is losing 90 minutes. So I'm done about 9:15, 9:20. I break down, talk to the girl, we play, boom, boom, boom. We go home. Everybody wash up, do their stuff. We might put a movie on. I'm editing the podcast about to like 10:30, 12 o'clock, boom, boom, boom. I make some clips. I post on YouTube. I go to sleep about, 12:31. Wake up at 6 and do the same thing over and over again every day. And that's my staying busy. So in that, you didn't hear about no naps. In that, you didn't hear about no playing around. Like, it's me just kind of going through the day. And that's why I've been able to put a lot of episodes out. Will I get tired? Yes. Am I getting tired? Yes. But I also got so much going on. And there's so many different feelings I'm trying not to feel that I have to stay busy. So I really resonated with that meme. And if you resonate with that meme, let me know. But also tell me if you disagree with that meme, let me know why, or what should I do differently, or should I want to feel? Because I ain't saying what it is, it's personal, but should I want to feel, or should I just keep being busy? Because I've been putting out great content, if you ask me. That's one thing I like about art. If you say the same thing, it's a saying. It's like one thing about music, when it hits you feel no pain. That's how I feel about art. Like, once I put that podcast out, like, my mind is never on one thing. So I got the thinking out loud this day, boom. The Ben Hassan in politics that day, boom. Then the Cadell Devon that day, boom. Mr. Lucky that day, boom. Another thinking out loud, boom. Set another podcast, boom. Top 5, boom. Another podcast, boom. So you never really thinking about like what's really going on. My business in order, everything's in order, but to sit there and feel certain things, you just don't do it. And I use art to escape a lot of feelings. The other meme it says, experience has to teach many of you because wisdom offended you. Experience has to teach many of you because wisdom offended you. That might have been the meme of the week for me. I ain't gonna lie. I mentioned earlier, like, sometimes other podcasters, other people in art, they'll do things, right? And because they did it and I seen it didn't work, or I feel like that was a good measure for whether I want to do that or not, I don't have to experience the backlash they experienced. You know what I'm saying? I let that wisdom not offend me. That wisdom embraced me. I embraced the wisdom, rather. I embraced that wisdom of, that's not a good idea. And so often we get offended by wisdom. And what I take from that is like, wisdom to me, you don't have to be old, but I'm gonna use an older person. An older person telling you what you should do. A person that maybe had a lot of mishaps, hiccups in life, telling you, hey, look, I messed up doing this, doing that, doing that. You should probably do it this way. I messed up by making these decisions. You probably should make them same decisions I make. I messed up by running with this crowd. I wouldn't advise you run with that crowd. I messed up by thinking this way. I would advise you to think the other way. And a lot of times we'll get offended by somebody telling us to do this, think that way, don't do that, don't make that decision. And it's like, why? Like, where's the offensive part coming in at? And I think a lot of times it's that young ego feeling like, yeah, it didn't work for you, but it's gonna work for me. And then you gotta learn through experience that no, it's just It was an experience. Sometimes, Hove got the line, and man, listen, Hove the man. He said, Hove did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. And I think that's like a one liner that's always gonna resonate with anybody in life, because a lot of times you go through things so that your kids or the people that you're gonna be around, you can influence, don't have to go through them. Everybody got that black sheep uncle or that black sheep, auntie that then did all this crazy dirt, all this crazy stuff. But what they tell you, don't do that. I did it. You ain't gotta do that. Or you got that black sheep uncle that is the reason why when you outside, you protect it. Oh, that's such and such niece. That's such and such nephew. Don't touch that person. To the family, he the black sheep. He did too much dirt, did too much stuff. Yeah, but outside, that's the reason why you able to be outside comfortably and people watching after you, because of that person. That's the reason why you don't have to experience what that person's experienced already. It's not even that it's wisdom. It is wisdom, but it's not even that it's just wisdom. But it's the fact that somebody put that work in already. Somebody done been through that already. And when you've been through things, that's what wisdom is. Like, I experienced something, so I'm wise enough to know, hey, that ain't the route you want to go. But a lot of times, people have to go through experience because people don't feel like it's hot until they get burnt. And that's just the reality of life, man. So I thought that meme was dope, man. That's a dope meme for me. That's something I can really expound on, and I plan to do so. Just give me some time. Um, if we don't inspire, motivate, or support one another, we have no business being in contact. And I wholeheartedly agree. If we don't inspire, motivate, or support one another, we have no business being in contact. Think about that for a minute. You inspire somebody, right? So you uplifting, you're getting their juices flowing, whether it's creatively, whether it's just getting on top of their game. You motivate somebody just to, get up, go to work, get up, do your thing, get in your bag, whatever it is you're motivating them to do. You're supporting somebody. If you're not doing them things, like, why would you be around? There's really no reason to be around somebody if you're not doing one of the three things. That's relationship wise, family wise, friendship wise, just small talk wise. Even the small talkers. If you're not doing one of the three, then we have no business talking. We have no business at all. And then the last one is don't be attracted to my light and then come around and try to dim it. So that last one, I say that for last because I feel like that happens a lot. You know, I pride myself on, because I think when people see memes, you automatically think relationship, a boyfriend, girlfriend. I be thinking about any ship, friendship, relationship, kinship. It don't matter to me. A lot of times people come around you knowing already, like, okay, your potential, seeing potential, knowing how people view you, knowing how people react with you, interact with you, knowing the influence you have on people, knowing the presence that you bring to a room, to a crowd, to a place, to a group of people. They know these things already. They'll get to know you. They'll get around you. And they'll try to dim that. They'll try to police some of the things you're doing. They'll try to tell you you should tone this down, you should tone that down. But the thing is, I was doing this before you came around. I was doing it before I knew you. I've been building this rapport since forever. It's super important to me. Not that friendship, not kinship, girlfriend, relationship, whatever. Not that it's not. It's just, I feel like a lot of times it's another ulterior motive because, you feel away. But I do feel like a person should always add value. So whether it's a friendship, whatever, they should add value. So if you come and I got a light, we should shine brighter together. Whether that's a friend, business, family, supporter. Like, I feel like my supporter, when people tell me, yo, I like that episode, we shine brighter. When people tell me, yo, you doing, we shine brighter. When people tell me, yo, you inspire me, we shine brighter. Yo, you motivate me, we shine brighter. When I get motivated, I make sure I shine my light on that person. When I'm inspired, I shine my light on that person. When I'm supporting, I'm shining light on that person. Y'all make sure y'all go support this person. Y'all go support Just Greatness. Go buy you a hoodie. It's $50 right now. Go buy a hoodie. It's very, very great quality. Like, I'm shining light on him. It should never be like, if I'm doing one of those three things, that's really the recipe right there. That's the recipe to, like, being a great friend, being a great supporter, being a great influencer, being a great person, is really making sure that when you're around somebody that your your presence, your addition is truly that addition. You shouldn't be subtracting anything. Nothing should be subtracted. You should be just an addition, and that's it. Additional light, additional support, additional inspiration, additional motivation. It shouldn't be you around somebody you feel drained. You're around somebody you feel like you gotta maneuver and change things up how you normally do it. Now it's messing up your feng shui. That shouldn't be a thing. If they supposed to be around you, if that's the thing, then you gotta kind of remove yourself. And I just been blessed enough to really stand on what I stand on as far as podcasts and episodes and things of that nature, as far as being in a certain groove. Like anybody that tell you like I care about people. I ain't gonna lie, I care about people a lot. I'm a very caring person, but I work very hard for that camera right there, that light right there, this $2,000 laptop right here, this $1,000 mixer right here, this $100 microphone right here, this mic stand, uh, the microphones in the book bag I got, microphones back there I got, the backup mixer I got. I work very hard for all those things, and you really don't have time to have your light dimmed by somebody or an entity or people or a group of people, whatever. Have your light. I couldn't afford to have my light dimmed by anybody or any group at this point in my life right now. I'm too invested in my own light. So for me, anybody that's around have to support, motivate, and inspire. And if they don't, I have to be able to be supportive, feel motivated or inspired by that person because it goes both ways. Support is a two-way street, which that's a whole other story, but support is a two-way street. And that's just how I feel about it, man. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna put new episodes this week, but I did want to start doing this because I know the episode will be long, 90 minutes is a long time. I'm thinking about starting to put out episodes in pieces. I'm gonna still put the full episode out, but I think after I do that, I'm gonna put the pieces out part by part every day. So if I'm gonna go back 2 weeks from now. So I'm gonna start maybe with the Ash one and put out part one with say the Ash episode part one, and I might title it something. It might be, anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6, 8 minutes of a piece. And I'm gonna just keep putting, I wanna be able to post content every single day on my YouTube page. And I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. So I'll break, and I'm thinking about breaking up each episode into minutes of, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. That might be dope, breaking up 15 minutes because they do 90 minutes. So you do 90 minutes, you got 2 minutes a piece. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 90. So what, 6 clips? I don't think that's bad. Let me know what y'all think. Should I break them up? Not break them up? Once again, I'm still gonna put the full episode out. I just want y'all, so wait, 35 minutes in. I want y'all opinion. Should I break the episodes up now on YouTube to give y'all shorter versions? Because I know 90 minutes is a long time. You might forget where you at. You might not be able to watch the whole 90 minutes, but it might be a certain part you want to know. So should I break these parts up and put them on YouTube as well? As far as 6 to 9 minute increments, 15-minute increments, like that, like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and go from there. Let me know what y'all think. I'll start doing it. I don't mind. If y'all want a certain guest on the podcast, let me know. I don't mind. If y'all want to win comment of the week, y'all think that's a good idea, let me know. Y'all, I want you guys' input on everything that I want to do with the podcast. I want to start making the audience feel like they're a part of it, whether it be prizes, whether it be just highlights, shout outs. Those are things I want to do with the audience because I feel like my audience is growing and growing and growing. Like every week, I'm getting new comments from people that I never even knew watched the podcast, but they tell me they've been watching for a long time. They just didn't comment or they just didn't share. I don't know. But I like that. That means that I'm doing something right and the page is growing and the quality is still there. So I definitely want to know that. So Morning Masters Podcast, y'all let me know what y'all like, what y'all want, and we out.